Welcome back, desperate lovers, to another episode of the Desperate for Love podcast. I'm your host, Sophia, and thank you so much for being here. Today, we are going to talk about a topic near and dear to my heart: men and women. I love men, I love women. I love that God created the feminine, the masculine, Adam and Eve, all things male and female. I love the dynamic. I love the creation, everything that we were designed to be. But something is off these days. Let's be honest. Men and women are at war more than ever. Women are turning away from men, becoming strong and independent. Men are becoming lone wolves, hermits. What is going on? That is not our natural equilibrium. We were designed to be together. We were designed to complete each other, to be whole together. I would like to start off by talking about the birth control pill. What an opener, right, Sophia? The birth control pill completely flipped the dynamic between men and women. It's done a lot of good, a lot of bad with the birth control pill. Women kind of started turning into guys, into men. Women started sleeping around like crazy. People started having casual, intimate relationships. The relationship was no longer based on trust, loyalty, investment from both sides. Things started getting very casual. And with that, the dynamic began to take turn, shift, and turn away from its natural genetic design. Men and women were designed so intentionally by God that we are genuinely meant to find the opposite sex and we are meant to be together. A woman can provide a man with things that a man cannot provide himself. A man can provide a woman with things that she cannot provide herself. A woman can create an atmosphere at home, create certain energy, certain space. A woman can nurture, a woman can care, a woman can be gentle, understanding, empathetic, compassionate. A woman can truly do so much. Similarly, men can provide protection, can provide security. A man is genetically designed to be stronger than a woman. A man is genetically designed to be a hunter, to take responsibility for his family, to protect his family, to move his family forward, and be stubborn and be aggressive if he needs to stand up against someone or something. Men are so strong and resilient in that physical capacity. A woman could never protect herself the way that a man can protect a woman. And so fast forward to 2026. I don't know what is going on, but men and women are not hearing each other, are not understanding each other, are deceiving each other, are manipulating each other, are avoiding each other, are attaching to each other in unhealthy ways. There is so much toxicity. It's impacting the way that people date. Many people don't want to date because of just how insane the whole dating scene and that whole market is. People are choosing to be alone rather than having to deal with drama and situationships and other things when it could actually be so simple. Let's talk dating for a second. When you're dating, you literally have a profile on which you specify if you're looking for anything specific, if you're looking for something casual, if you're not sure what you're looking for. Let's be motherfucking real right now, okay? Let's be real right now and let's just say the following. Okay, let's just all drop the facade, drop the mask, drop the games, and just say one fucking thing in unison because it's true across the motherfucking board, okay? Here it goes. We are all single and don't know what we want and are not looking for anything specific until the right person enters our life. If the right person enters your life, somebody that checks off your boxes, somebody that you're attracted to, somebody that you are fascinated by, somebody that draws you in, if you meet that person in your freaking org field, you're gonna flip this switch of not sure what I'm looking for to looking for a relationship real quick. Like, let's be freaking real. How many times have you been on a dating app and you were like chatting with someone? Yeah, I'm not really looking for anything specific. Just seeing where things can go. Just gonna see where things go. Buddy, who are you kidding? You are single until you find someone who you think is hot, who checks off all your boxes, who you're mesmerized by, who you're, attracted to, who will give you what you're looking for, etc., etc. So, can we just drop the facade and make both of our lives easier, men and women? Let's just drop the fucking facade. If you genuinely do not want a relationship, do not go around planting seeds of hope, confusing women, making women fall in love with you, love bombing them, gaslighting them. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, just don't do that. Just be straight up and be like, I'm not looking for anything serious. You're hot, whatever. We can have fun. We can do whatever. Like, what are you down for? Explore what each of you are down for and see if you match on any of those boxes. But don't lead people on, break their hearts, confuse them, generate situationships, sleepless nights, etc. If you know your intention, don't mislead people. And ladies, you too. How many of you are too nice to say you're not interested, too nice to say, this isn't really going anywhere, or you're not really attracted to him? He's not that hot, but he takes you out to dinners and he, I don't know, does something that you're like, it's worth keeping him. Can we stop that? Stop using people. Stop using people. If you are someone who genuinely graciously accepts gifts from men and you're single, you deserve it. You are worthy. You do you, girl. But allow that man to know that you're not parked in his lane. Your eggs are not in his basket. Let's just not feed men with hopes and giving them misleading messages so that they believe that like they've got it, they've got you, but really you're too nice to tell him no, or he's giving you something that's very convenient so you want to keep him around. Because then you're traumatizing him, and then he's going to go and he's going to traumatize other women because he's never going to trust anybody after he talks to you. And who needs that? Who wants that? Who needs that? I will tell you from personal experience, this one thing that I used to do that I will never do again because I now value myself and my time way too much to waste it. But this is what I used to do. There used to be a guy that I would be talking to, and this happened multiple times. So like multiple people went through this funnel, okay? There'd be a guy I'd be talking to. We had good conversation. We had decent conversation energy, but I wasn't like sexually attracted to them. I wasn't really like, they weren't ambitious to the level that I need my man to be ambitious. And so I did this thing where I was like, let's see if he grows on me. Like, let's see if it grows on me. Let's see if I grow or develop any feelings. Because you hear these stories of people saying, like, oh, when I met your father, I thought he was so unattractive. I was like, ew, get away from me. And then we fell in love, and now we've been married for 45 years. Let's admit we've heard that story before, right? So, because of those stories, us women are like, well, I'm not really attracted to this man, and he doesn't really check off even half my boxes, but let me just wait and see. Maybe one day he'll wake up and he'll be ambitious, or one day he'll wake up with an idea to start a business and he's gonna run and go and he's gonna be successful and blah, 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 blah. Let's stop wasting our time, girls. Let's stop dating potential. Let's stop dropping down to the level of let's see where things go. No. You, my dear girl, have been working on yourself. You take care of yourself. You have your shit together. you support yourself, you have goals, you have dreams, you have ambitions, you have projects. You did not work on yourself for all of these years just to settle for some average Joe and waste your time seeing how it goes. If you didn't know this, allow me to tell you, allow me to remind you. Ladies, I'm going to repeat myself. You have spent enough time. You have invested so much into yourself, into your wisdom, into your development, into your skills, into your jobs, into your careers, into everything. You do not have time to see where things go. We do not have time to date potential here. You either got it, Joe, or you ain't got it. Okay. So let's not make that mistake. We're not dating to see where things go. How many of you have been in a toxic relationship, in a toxic situationship? How many of you had your heart broken so badly that you were like, I am never dating again, or I'm never opening my heart ever again? How many of you, raise your hand, raising both my hands? How many of you, raise your hand, have been traumatized to the point where you're like, I'm never dating again, I'm never talking to another person again? That is all trauma, and we do it to each other. We're bathing in the trauma of one another. And the people that you meet are all traumatized. We're all traumatized. This fact should give everybody some grace and give everybody a little bit of a break. And what I believe we should all do is just be super, super straight and honest about what we are going through, about what we are looking for, about what we are working on, about our goals, about our dreams, about intentions. The world is so fucked up. The least we could do is go on that date, be transparent. If you never want to see this person again because they're not your vibe, that's cool. But cherish that moment with a stranger and respect the path that someone else is on. And just be transparent. The thing that pisses me off about like dating and the whole fucking going on dates, talking to dudes, getting fucking ghosted, being misled, all the fucking dumpster bullshit that has no clarity, that whole pipeline, it's so dreadful and it's such a waste of my time and just time in general. Let's be real, okay? Some of us are so sick and tired of the same old fucking, hey, how are you? Good, how are you? Good, thank you. Cute pic. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're welcome. So what are you up to? So what brings you here? So how's it on the dating app? Like how are you finding it? Buddy, you think I have time to have 300 conversations of that nature? Ain't no freaking way in hell, my guy. Okay? Ain't no freaking way in hell, my guy. If I ever end up dating ever in my life again, if I end up out there on the market, if I end up out on the fucking dumpsters in the streets, I am literally going to develop an entire fucking application process that if a man is interested in me and wants to be with me, I'm literally going to have him fill out an application. I want to know where he was born, his family situation. Does he have parents, siblings, cousins? What's his family dynamic like? What does he do for work? How much money he makes? What are his ambitions? Like, what is he trying to do? What is he looking for? Blah, blah. Like, buddy, I'm going to have you fill out an entire application and wait for 3 weeks while the application is processing because I do not have time to be, hey, how are you? Good, how are you? Good. Please give me a break. Please give me a break. Dude, it was Monday yesterday. It's already freaking Wednesday. You think I got time? Do you think I got time to waste? No, I don't. No, I don't. So if I ever end up on the market again, my dating app profile is literally going to have a link to an application, and I need to know all these things about you before I even waste my time. I'm sorry. Some men listening to this might be so offended, and let's talk about money for a second, okay? Because there is so much noise and so much chatter on the internet and out in the world where the men are like, oh, oh, women are all gold diggers. Oh, all they want is money. Let me tell you something. Let me remind you something, okay? Let me remind you something because you seem to have forgotten. Okay. Hey, Jimmy. This is your friendly reminder that genetically, God created you to be a man, to be a physically genetic masculine man designed to hunt, designed to protect, designed to provide security, designed to take care of your family, my guy. You were genetically created for this. For this. You were genetically created to be the breadwinners, the providers, the security providers. Back in the day, women did not leave the house, my guy. They were not out hunting bears and deer, my guy. So the fact that you were genetically created to provide for your family, have that argument with God, not with a woman who wants to know what you do for a living. There's always someone for another person. In fact, there are tons of people in the world that could be a good fit for you. You, as a man, need to decide what you want your ceiling to be. She will not be interested to be with somebody who's less ambitious than her, who makes less money than her, who has less drive than her. It's just, energetically, it's just not gonna work. There are millions of women who would love to be with you, with your ambition level, with your goals, with your everything. You just have to find somebody that will align with you on those goals, okay? The reason why some of us want to know how much a guy makes and want to know if he's ambitious and want to know what his goals and plans are is because we were put into situations where we had to survive. We were put into situations where we had to provide for ourselves. We were put into situations where we had no way out and we had to figure things out on our own. So can you imagine a woman who's eaten so much shit in her life, who's been through so much crap, how much that leveled her up? These women have been through a ton, and life forced them to grow up, to become super strong, super stable. And in order for her to be interested in you, you need to be more successful than her. You need to make more money than her. You need to be more ambitious than her. Genetically, a man is designed to literally be above the woman. And therefore, in order for a woman to truly admire her man and look up to her man and devote her life to a man, her man has to be bigger than her, more ambitious than her, stronger than her, more successful than her, smarter than her. Many times, us women build connections and end up in relationships with men that aren't more ambitious than us. And many times women think like, oh, he will change, or I will inspire him, or I will this, or I will that. It is so freaking hard to change yourself. Imagine changing another person or forcing another person to change because you want them to change. Nobody wants to be with a man that you have to carry on your shoulders. Unfortunately, there are women who are in those kinds of dynamics in their family where they are with a man that isn't employed, isn't working. She's pulling everything on her own. She's miserable. She's taking care of the family. He can't find a job, like all this drama. I just want to say, like, girls, if you're listening to this and if any of you are in a relationship where your man is not above you, something to consider unless you're okay with that. But I'm telling you, naturally and genetically, a woman will not be okay. She will always be miserable if her man is not above her, if her man is not providing for her. And now, men, let me share something kind of spiritual and religious with you that will actually give you a little bit of inspiration, because I do want to show you how incredible it is to be you, okay? I feel you guys, okay? Listen to this. A man who invests in his woman literally becomes a freaking king. A king in his world, a king in his woman's world. Men that invest in their women financially and in all other ways are balling. So if you ever find yourself in a relationship where you're like, I want things 50-50, or oh, she wants all this money to like go to the salon and get her shit done and whatever. And she's so annoying. That shit's so expensive. Yeah, buddy. It fucking costs a shit ton of money to look good. What did you think? This shit's for free? This is why I look the way that I look because, girls working with a low budget over here, okay? Money elevates you. Money elevates your lifestyle. Money elevates your appearance. Money elevates your confidence, your health, if you use it wisely. When a man invests in his woman, literally magic happens. Generous men are the men that win, truly. There is something that God does. There's some sort of magic that happens that literally brings the men more money. When a man invests in his woman and his woman looks so hot and so good, her cup is so full, she's just living life. You cannot imagine. You cannot imagine what a woman can create energetically when she is at peace, when she feels safe, when she feels secure and comfortable and relaxed in her relationship. She will spiritually generate so much bliss, so much blessings, so much energy, which the man then materializes. It's a spiritual thing. I don't know how to put it into words, but woman is the object that materializes things, and the man is the one that physically creates that manifestation. Again, men and women dynamics. We are designed for one another, we complete one another, and there is truly magic that happens in a relationship that's a right relationship when a woman is relaxed, when a woman feels secure, and when a man is willing to do everything in his power to make sure that his woman is at peace, protected, has security, and peace of mind. Women can love so freaking hard, you guys. You do not even understand. Like when you grab a woman that you love and you pursue her and you get her and you give her everything that she desires. Mind you, there are different women in the world. Some women will literally not ask for much, others will demand more than you can provide. Make your pick. But when you provide your woman with her necessities that make her relaxed and calm, you are in for a blissful life, my guy. Like you don't understand. You do not understand the magic that happens between a man and a woman when you're in the right partnership, when you're in the right relationship, and when a woman can do what women do best. A woman can literally create magic in the air. You will be high on air. You will be high on life next to the right woman in your life. And I wish that for everybody. And in order for us to get to that point with anybody, we have to be honest. We have to be transparent. We cannot be wearing a million masks. One thing I hate so much when I used to date, you meet someone, and of course, in the very beginning, we're trying to show the best versions of ourselves and we're trying to seem cool and we're trying to impress each other and all this kind of stuff. You don't have to open all your cards. You can slowly share things about yourself. Of course, there's that game back and forth where you're, feeding each other a little bit here and there and you kind of like pull each other in. But I found myself in so many situations where I'm with someone and this person is just wearing a mask, trying so hard to impress me. I don't know what it is. When I meet a guy, when I'm interacting with a man, I'm like a freaking dog, bro. I can sniff out when he's pretending. I can sniff out when he's trying to impress me. I can sniff out when he's withholding things. When I'm on a date, although it's been a fucking long ass time since I've been on a date, but when I'm dating, I can just tell this dude is trying so hard to impress me, and that turns me off so hard. I'm like, bro, you were so hot. I was so into you until you started trying, and now I'm unattracted to you. Why would you do that? You just ruined my whole freaking appetite for you. When a guy or a man flexes his cash, his car, what he's got, there is nothing that turns us off more than a guy who's like my business, my business, my business, my business. I'm like, bro, that's so cringe. Just stop. Or I remember when I used to date and I would go on dates, we would meet there and the guy comes in and drops his keys and it's like a fucking Porsche or it's like a fucking BMW or a Mercedes or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, I just lost interest. I was like, now I have to sit through this whole date and I'm already judging him. And I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck what car you drive. Okay. You just have to be driving a better car than me. I drive a pretty sweet car, but you gotta be driving a better car than me. But bro, if you're flashing what you got, flexing your car, flexing your watch, flexing whatever the fuck you're trying to show off, immediately turned off. That's just me. That's just me personally. I just immediately get turned off. You're not gonna love every single person in the world, and that's fine. We each are meant to have our own network of people who match our energy. I believe that every single one of us needs to genuinely sit down with ourselves and be like, where am I in my life? How old am I? Based on my values and based on the things that are important to me, I want to plan out my life. I want to plan out my weekly schedule, my monthly schedule, my events throughout the year. If I am in a relationship and I'm choosing to be in a relationship, I should be working on myself while I'm in that relationship, continuing to serve my partner, continuing to choose my partner. A relationship doesn't end after will you be my girlfriend or will you marry me? Okay, we're married and that's it. Every single day you have to choose that person over and over and over again. You want to be there for your partner in the way that they need you. You want to be there for your partner so that they can choose you and continue investing in you. If you're single, you better be reflecting on your past relationships and being like, where did I go wrong? What did I learn? What went well in those relationships? So that when you meet the person that you want to be in a relationship with, that you already have that experience that you went through, so you can make better decisions, so you can communicate better, so that you can show up in that relationship better than maybe you did in your relationship before. If you want to be single, no problem. But then work on yourself, make something of yourself, and be ready to show what you have to offer when you meet that person that you want to be with. Do you believe that there is an unspoken war between men and women? Do you feel and see that we kind of lost our ability to communicate clearly? I want to know your opinion. Let's be better people, guys. Let's make this world a better place. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.